was thinking about our time in Birmingham, Alabama about 25 years ago. There was a place I used to love. It was a burger joint called Milo's. And Milo's, there were some things about it that I love. One was the simplicity of the menu. Milo's menu, I can give you the whole thing right here. It was burgers, cheeseburgers, fries. That's it. So you had not a lot of decisions to make. There were no vegetables. All you had to do was choose cheeseburger or hamburger, fries, yes or no, and then of course you had to pick a beverage. But that was really not a decision, because anyone that went to Milo's more than once knew that you had to get the sweet tea. Now you think, sweet tea, what's so great about sweet tea? Well, if you never lived in the South, you may not realize this, but sweet tea is more than just adding granular sugar to a cold tea beverage. It's someone down there figured out that if you, while brewing the tea, add copious amounts of sugar, it dissolves better and you get a better result. In fact, the Milo's tea was so sweet you could have used it for pancake syrup in a pinch. In fact, Milo's tea was the second best tea in the world. So you're thinking, what's the best tea in the world? So let me get to that. Also, while we were living in Birmingham, our daughter turned 3 years old. And for her third birthday, we got her a tea set. It had a nice little teapot, 4 cups and 4 saucers. And it was kind of a magical tea set, because if you put cold water in it, the cups would turn bright pink. And so it gave the illusion of drinking a colorful beverage, even though you're just having water. But made for a lot of fun tea parties. We had a lot of joy, a lot of fun with that tea set. Sometimes I'd even let her use it. But as happens with most birthday presents, they're played with a lot. Then over time, they're a little less frequent, and eventually they end up on the shelf with all the other toys. And that happened with this one. So time went by, a few months, and one evening I was watching TV and my daughter comes into the room excited. She said, "Daddy, would you like some tea?" I said, "Sure." So I followed her down the hall to her room. When we got there, I saw her little table set up, and there was the tea set. She had already gotten a pitcher of tea, of water, from the bathroom. She had gone and climbed up on her little step stool and filled the teapot, brought it back to the table, and she poured each of us a cup, and she handed me the cup and saucer. Took a look at it. I noticed that the magic tea set had not turned pink. The cups were still white. So it was lukewarm water. On top was a little dust from the time that the teapot sat on the shelf. And she looked at me excited and said, "Drink it, Daddy, it's tea." And drink it I did. And it was delicious. In fact, the second and third cups were even better than the first. I think about that little tea party and what it taught me about perfect gifts. When we do something for God, maybe you can relate to this. Sometimes you have a concept of how it's going to turn out. Maybe you're teaching a class, or you're singing a song, or you're sharing how you feel about God to a friend, and it just doesn't go well. It's not received the way you expected. But you did it from a pure heart. You gave it your best. And when we do that, that's a perfect gift to God. Do you think when we sing a song or teach a class and it's not done well, do you think God looks at it and says, "That was terrible. How could you offer that up?" Of course not. When we give our best from a pure heart, God receives it as a perfect gift. A perfect gift. And that's sweeter than Milo's tea.